What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and today we are going to be talking about the Life is Strange franchise. Now I'm going to rank all 5 games. I didn't play the Adventures of, I think it's like Captain Spirit or something about the little boy. I kind of gave that one a skip. From what I'm told, it's not really a full game anyway. It's kind of like a spin-off or something. So I'm only counting the mainline games, and I'm going to be tying the remastered and normal versions, so like the original versions and the remasters together as one game. So there's 5 games from obviously Before the Storm to Double Exposure. I did play through Double Exposure again, that's why the video is going to be a bit later to be uploaded. So yeah, my thoughts are fresh on most of these games. But anyway, kicking off on my least favourite Life is Strange game, and that is going to be, number 5 is going to be Life is Strange Before the Storm. Now this is the prequel to the first game. It follows Chloe Price's basically adventures in Blackwell before, you go back to being Max and her story through Blackwell. It also focuses on her and Rachel Amber's basically relationship, what they get up to, what happens in the 3 or 2 episodes or whatever there is. That's kind of my problem in itself. It's far too short. I know it's a prequel, and with prequels you already know the answers to what's happened. So there's that. I just don't find this one to be as interesting to play through. Ultimately, I'm not the biggest fan of Chloe in general. I think she's okay. She's much better in the first game than she is in this one, I think. Some of the choices you make, it's like, all right, whatever. And the mini game, I didn't really care for. You go back and forth battling between 2 viewpoints. I don't really care for. But it's cool to see the characters, and I guess it's cool to see it from Chloe's perspective, albeit even though it's only like 2 or 3 episodes long. Yeah, I completed it twice now. I think that's pretty much enough for me. The number 5 is going to be Before the Storm / Before the Storm Remastered. Number 4 is unfortunately going to be the new one, Double Exposure. I was really hyped for this game because I enjoyed pretty much most of in fact, all the games. Obviously, Life is Strange Before the Storm is my least favourite. This one, I saw the trailer and I was like, this looks cool because it looks like it's kind of like a mystery / whodunit sort of thing. And ultimately, it is that in a sense, but at the same time, it was vastly different from what I was expecting. And sometimes that's a great thing. In this sense, I don't think it worked as well. So, yeah, it's still a good game. The mechanics, brilliant. The game's gorgeous as always. I love Max, so seeing Max back is bonus points. The ending to this game, I think, is one of the weakest in the entire series. That's kind of what drags it down a lot. I really like Safi's character, the best friend. I think she's cool. A lot of the characters in this are really, really memorable. But obviously Max being my favourite because I'm biased that way. It's at the ending, some questionable plot choices, and it's like a bit of logic here. Also, releasing DLC to basically allow players to get full achievements is a bit questionable. So like, why? Why are you locking achievements behind paid DLC? Yeah, I mean, it's a Life is Strange game. So it's going to be great, like in the sense of gameplay and story, but the ending kind of makes it falter a little bit. So that's why it's sitting here at number 4. Number 3 is, I don't know if this is controversial, but number 3 is going to be Life is Strange 2. This is the one that follows the Diaz brothers, and this one is probably the darkest in terms of, like, in my opinion, the darkest in the stories. I really like the brothers dynamic. I think that's a standout for this one. It kind of, there's parts in it that kind of, they make the story feel a bit like disjointed. So at times you're here and then you kind of switch suddenly to there and it's like, oh, okay. And then you switch back to here and you're like, ah, okay. And then obviously, ultimately what happens at the end, you're like, right, okay. No, I enjoyed this experience. It's just not what I was hoping to achieve with said story. Again, all the characters are phenomenal. The romance options in this one are pretty solid. There is, like I said, a ton of heart here, and it's, like I said, probably one of the biggest standouts in terms of emotional moments. Like, there's parts in here that make you go, wow, and they hit you right in the feels. So, on a story aspect alone, this one is easily probably the best. But the two above it, I'll get into why I prefer them over this one. But yeah, number 3 is going to be Life is Strange 2. Number 2 is going to be Life is Strange the original, the one with Max at Blackwell. I'm going to say it right now, I'm just biased because I love Max. That's pretty much the reason I enjoyed playing through Max's story. This one, it was just great. Great everything. Obviously, it was the first Life is Strange game, so introducing us to the world, the characters, the gameplay. Max is pretty much relatable to me. When I was in high school, it was kind of like I was like sitting with my earphones in going. So I think that's why I can relate with Max being and her being one of my favourite characters. She's not my favourite, I will talk about that in a second. But Max is definitely up there, and I think following her is much more engaging and enthralling than it is following Chloe's story in the prequel. Honestly, this game is fantastic, and then you get to the first thing playing it, and you get to the reveals, and you're like, wow. There hasn't been a single playthrough on YouTube where I've seen people go, yeah, it's that good in a sense. Like, so it's easily one of my favourite Life is Strange games, and probably one of my favourite games, period. But the Gold Crown and my favourite in the series is Life is Strange True Colors. This one, hands down, has the two greatest characters in the entire series. Actual one of the characters, Steph, is in Before the Storm, but you don't see her as much. She's still there, but she's more prevalent in this one. But I need an entire 20 minutes just to talk about how awesome Alex Chen is. She relates to me probably even more than Max does, because she's an empath, and I'm quite in tune with people's feelings, so I would consider myself an empath. And she's just so cool. She oozes like style. Visually, she's awesome. I love her piercings, her look. She is fantastic. The gameplay, probably the best. Exploration wise, just exploring Haven, phenomenal. The story, beautiful. The ending, beautiful. Just everything about it. Everything. And I gotta talk about the LARP section. That role playing section. One of the best stand up moments, period. Like fighting in a game, Dungeons and Dragons style. So fucking cool. So cool. And yeah, I could talk about how good this game is for days. It is just fantastic from start to finish, and it's easily the best Life is Strange game in my book. So yep, that is going to be my ranking for the Life is Strange games. I don't know if it's going to be controversial. Probably is. Like I said, I'm known for controversy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Talk about Life is Strange. Talk about the characters, what ones you prefer, which ones you dislike, all that good stuff. I will be back probably tomorrow or Monday to do part 5, I think it is, on Ethan's bands and artist recommendations. As always, thank you so much for liking, comment, subscribing. I will be a bit busy over the next couple of months. I'm doing some really interesting stuff, so I might upload it here, I might upload it to my positivity channel. We'll see. But I hope you all have a great weekend, and I shall see you all in the next video.